Hey, Lick Daddies, welcome back to the stream. Your boy's back with another episode of Biomutant. As always, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe. If I get notified of your subscription, I'll shout you on the next video. And please ring that bell, let you know when I'm dropping next. Alright, guys, so it's nighttime again. You know me. I always like to start my streams at the nighttime. But hey, whatever. It's gonna be daytime eventually. Probably by the end of the stream. Let's just jump right into it. I got a new seed. It is I can't know what it is. It's called like it's still like a note. Like these animals are all notes, like notes. But, nice. Oh, they can swim? No, they can't. I'm still losing my shit. But it looks like I'm losing it less. If a story is about you, be careful. Okay. Sorry, brother. Hey, brother. Hey, brother. That's a big boy right there. That's a big boy. Nice. Got a flank. We fast travel when we need it.
It's a place well hidden. It's just below the above.
That's that's redundant. Wow, actually kind of looks like a long far drop. Are there aliens in this fucking universe too? Out of date. What up, homie?
Out of date's impressed you made it this far, but there's still so much left to do. The end of the world is still on everyone's minds.
What the fuck are those tubes?
You've beaten a path where you have the power to destroy or save everyone. Question is, what you'll do with that responsibility.
Jerk off.
He worries about you.
Oh, wow. Oh, cool.
Thinks it's important that you remember who you are and where you came from. Someone without knowledge of their history and origin is like a tree without... What do you think his are? He's the one that's called out of date, remember? Out of date.
Oh my god.
Think of the...
Oh my god.
He's worried that you're putting the world at risk. But darkness isn't necessarily the end of the world. It's just another perspective.
Philosophical?
If the world really does end, there won't be anywhere to run. So he's prepared for the worst. Something he calls the Ark. He hopes you're right. He gets that you mean the journey continues either way, but personally he wants the tree to survive. Out of date says there's no clear record of the chain of events that changed the course of history and brought the world to its knees. He's found evidence on the Ark, records of a crisis, decades of contamination that permeated the ground and broke its inner core. The contamination
hope that's not loud on the
what we
fucking...
now know as key energy, the life force that runs through all things, living and inanimate.
Like Dragon Ball Z.
He's been told the blight affected everything at a genetic level and turned our perception of normality on its head. It was only those that changed that avoided extinction, proving that the possibility for survival and renewal was real. He understands you are curious about the ship at the foot of the tree. He says it surfaced when the oil broke through the ground. The Ark predates the back-in days, and now, after years of study of the manuals he found inside, he believes he's figured the ship out. The Ark has room for 4 more, even if you think no one else is worth saving if the world comes to an end. He'll keep the seats open, and you are free to invite up to 4 others to join you in the Ark, in the event of a cataclysm.
When you've completed all quests for a character, you can offer them one of the 4 seats on the Ark. Your allied tried Sifu and Out of Date already have seats, but think hard about who to bring with you before offering someone a seat, as you won't be able to change your mind. Depending on your aura, some characters might decline your invitation.
Out of Date says that from what he's heard, you've been busy. Out of Date says he knows you're good-hearted enough to do your best to support Gizmo. He says he'll point you in the right direction.
Already found
but
Gizmo.
Finding Gizmo and making sure he gets what he needs is up to you. That doesn't
God,
sound
I wish
good.
it was daytime.
Out of Date's forebodings are justified. The jumbo puff needs to be taken care of. Out of Date says that Gizmo is worried now that the Western World Eater is stepping up its activity. He explains that Gizmo is working on a scrap walker vessel in order to get to the World Eater, but needs help to get it done.
Yeah, we already found Gizmo.
Out of Date suggests that you should head west as fast as possible and see what you can do to help. He wonders what's on your mind. Understands you have things to do.
Cool, man. Do we get a light? If you feel the narrator's talking too often while exploring, you could reduce the frequency of the narrator's comments in the settings. That's far. Should we fast travel, or should we speed up the process? Why can't we fast travel for me? I don't understand the limitations of fast travel. You can't fast travel then, brother. Hey, brother. That's not how fucking fast travel works. Hey, brother. This is where I should have done the walk across. Time lapse. What is that?
It's a wonder some of these up and downs still work. Guess they built machines better in the past.
Makes sense. Because they're not using fucking little garbage.
This story is as powerful as you let it
I've
be.
been there before. Can't have dirty garbage. So I get confused. Hey!
Making great progress, Jing.
Jing?
Yes, you can do anything. The sky's the limit. Now, let's take this back to Earth.
Oh, okay, cool.
Wow, you really took that all the way down to the end, in flames.
In flames, like the Swedish melodic death metal band.
The spent nuclear fuel, the toxinol dumped in the surf, had detrimental effects on the marine habitats, while the overflowing landfills contaminated the groundwater. Combined, this sent their world hurtling on an inevitable road to ruin.
Gizmo. Oh.
I need to brush up on my Wando, but I have a feeling he believes it was you that caused the bang at the yard.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and he says he knows you. You used to call him Gizmo. He gave you the oil-greased hands when he taught you how to upcycle. Gizmo remembers you as a nice kidling, and he can still sense the warmth of your
Everyone
good
keeps
heart.
on saying that.
But Gizmo says how you experience a memory can be different. You know the story, but sometimes the truth it brings is personal. It carries so much hate, and its insatiable hunger has only increased over the years since it claimed revenge on your parents. Gizmo says he also has re-memories from the long gone, but unlike you, he doesn't think of the past, for it's gone. He understands history made Loopin a big part of your past, your present, and soon, your future. You still believe there's some good in everyone. You still have hope for tomorrow. He says you should know that what's meant to be will always find a way, but Gizmo understands you still have strong feelings, but urges you to keep them under control. You've witnessed firsthand what it'll lead to.
Now you're getting into the dark groove.
That's not a groove, it's a rut.
And what's wrong with ruts? I love ruts.
Groove, rut, whatever, you can still escape it.
Escape it? No way. Enjoy it.
Would like to know if you ever doubt the choices you made on the path that brought you to this point. Would you have been happier going in a different direction? Figures you're either a rare person or a good liar. Maybe both. Sad to see the Tree of Life is going to die and take everything with it, but it's not like he didn't expect it. Understands why you're bent on finishing the world off. Supposes it's a mercy to make it faster. Wonders if you liked working with the Jagni. They always hunker down in their homes, gathering their things around them. Says home is a base, but it doesn't have to be everything. The world is wider than you know. But Gizmo says it's taken a long time to bring the past up to the present, and where you go from here is up to you. You need to set the past aside, at least for now. He can't leave the underyard as he has no protection against the vacuum in the dead zone, so you need to salvage scrap to upcycle the Mekton, starting with the old crate outside. You should return when you've retrieved the scrap. There's no time to waste if you want to make the Mekton strong enough to fight the Jumbo Puff. It's the part of the land that suffered most from the apocalypse. It's deprived of oxygen, making it next to impossible for anything but creatures that were most contorted by the contamination.
Get more dark points? I can't really tell. Not fucking things not very good at letting me know what's going on. Oh, it's not.
There's short of breath and death to this zone. Better take care. He who half breathes, half lives.
You discovered a hazard zone. Those zones are vast areas covered in deadly hazards. You can only withstand the hazard for so long before it kills you, so be careful. Hazard come in several types: bio-contaminated, cryogenic, incendiary, radioactive, and the oxygen-deprived dead zone. Your gear and the resistance you choose during character creation determines how long you can survive in the hazard zones, how much damage you take from hazard weapons. With a resistance of 100 to a type of wizard, you resist 100 damage from the hazard.
That's the leftover you're looking for.
Just like someone's house. Some pills? Some pillies? Oh no! You fucking idiot.
Stay away from that biohazard. You want to wash yourself off for a month.
Nice about it. No, return to Gizmo, because that's it. Guess that was it, really. not doing any of that. What's up, Gizzy? You like that, Daddy?
He says that's enough to get the Mekton functional. You'll have an engine, a fuel soaker, a gun, and a gathering net, but no armor, nor enough oxygen supply. He made a suction device, so the Mekton can use the black tar as an instant refuel. You can also use it to clear oily goo puddles. He's been working on another project for the Mekton, a cannon, but it needs ammunition, and by that he means the scripts. He says if they're trained right, they'll... The best way to find scripts is to go talk to Moog. He knows the ins and outs of every breathing thing left alive after the apocalypse.
The Moog.
Gizmo thinks he's a little peculiar, but very knowledgeable. He has the ins and outs of all monster and creature whereabouts.
Customize the Mekton, jump on it, and use the call mount button.
Just when you think it's darkest, the dawn.
Cool, man. The Mekton can't cross the oil pools, but you can use the remove the oil. L1 to soak it up. Nice. We can call it wherever we want. I like that. I like that.
The grease monkey's Mekton is built sturdy, just like himself. Can you imagine how this place used to look before the dead oil flood?
I'm just checking this mech out.
Might want to hold your breath before you head any further. You're about to witness the breathtaking vistas of what's known as the Dead Zone.
I guess we'll do that tomorrow. Alright guys, that's going to be it for today. Don't forget to like and subscribe. If I get notified your subscription, I'll shout you on the next video. And please ring that bell, let you know when I'm dropping next. Links in the description, link to taken to my Facebook and Instagram, Venmo, Streamlabs, PayPal if you want to donate help with the channel. And you guys have a fantastic day.